I'm going to make a Slimline card. It's a very simple card. There was a design by Davette Miller, and for this Slimline card I will be using the following. I have not cut my cardstock. Mossy Meadow will be 7 by 8 1/4. I want to pull it in on my Facebook. I forgot to do that. I mean, on my iPad. Okay. So, Facebook, I forgot to do that. I'll take the sound away. Okay. There again, Mossy Meadow cardstock. And that is, boy, that was close up. 7 by 8 1/4. So let's put our trusty stamp out. 8. Trying to decide the best way to go with this. If we do 8 1/4 this way by 7. So, and I have my, on my trimmer, I have a strip of cardstock, of white cardstock that I put on here, so it helps me see better my measurements on that, on this arm. So 8 1/4 by 7. We'll come to 7. And now we want 7 here, and we're going to score right up, slice right up to that. So there we have that. And this will be scored at 3 1/2 on the 8 1/4 side. 3 1/2. Wait a minute, this is the 8 1/4, so on the 7 side. Sorry, that didn't make sense. 3 1/2, score at 3 1/2 on the 7 side, the shorter side. Okay, that's halfway in between. Okay, and there we have our cardstock here. I've already cut the other pieces. We're going to use, okay, this is the Mossy Meadow. We will use a piece for Sentiment of Very Vanilla, which I have not cut. We will be using some vellum. We'll be using 2 strips of copper foil, 1 1/4 by 3 1/4 and 1/4 by 8. We'll be using some scrap copper foil. We'll be using a piece of copper foil 3 1/4 by 8, and out of that I'm going to cut 2 poinsettias for the embellishment. We'll be using from the Brightly Gleaming Designer Series specialty paper a piece of 3 by 7 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead now and go over to, and we'll use the vellum for the, like, baby's breath of the, so we will be doing all, this is what we'll be doing. We'll be doing the baby's breath out of vellum, and I think I'm going to do 4. It may only need 3. So we will be doing all 3 sizes of the poinsettias. So this is the smallest. So in order to not waste cardstock, we can do two of the poinsettias. Let's see, will the large one go on here? I'm not sure. No. So we'll do the large one on this piece of scrap paper, and then we'll do these. And I have these marked so that they're easy to put together. I did that. I put nail polish on mine, dots of nail polish, because it just stays a little better than the black marker. It's very faint because I didn't have any red polish. I had blue. Who knows why I had blue. And this is this one. So I'm going to take them. No, I'm going to bring the die machine over. Our cut and emboss machine, the new one that's available from Stampin' Up. I'll bring it over. I was going to do that ahead of time. So here we go. Now, I have the magnetic plate. So to die cut framelets and dies, we use platform 1, and this is 2, and then the magnetic plate is number 5, and I'm gonna put it, my magnetic plate is really bowed, but it is a pretty good magnet. And then I'm gonna just run this one through first, and maybe, let's see, we'll run, let's turn this. Now, whether you guys were watching me or not, I would be doing this. So this is not something real special that I'm doing. I'm just hoping my placement is good. And then I'm gonna do this, because I think there was only one sprig of baby's breath. Yeah, so I'll have to do those individually. I'm gonna get a different cutting plate because I want one that's blemish free for my foil paper. I have one that I use for foil, and I have it labeled. So this is plate number 3. And we're going to run this through the machine. Goes through quite nicely. And I use a special plate for the foil so that it doesn't mar the foil with marks. Some of the plates get a lot of dye marks on them, and those imprints can go into your foil. So this is the large poinsettia. Put that right here. And this is our baby's breath. And we're going to do another baby's breath. I'm hoping I have enough here to do without having to cut another piece of vellum, but let's see how that's going to play out. Oh, we have plenty. Okay. So we'll put the other two poinsettias here, the medium and the small. And again, put that plate that is for foil only and crank it through. This cranks so much easier than the old machine that I had. I do have an electric one that I got at an auction a couple of years ago. I haven't used it in a while, so this just works nicely. So let's put our dies over here. We're going to do one more, two more baby's breath, sorry. And this gives us our poinsettias. Where did I put my baby's breath? Oh, here it is. Keep them all together, because I craft without a brain sometimes. I don't know if anyone else does, but boy, I sure do. I lay things down. Now I don't have to necessarily use the special plate or my one that I had assigned for foil. We can use this plate. We'll crank it right on through. And we'll do one more. I might not need 4, but it would be better to do them now. So here we go. Alrighty. And there we have. This is the hard part sometimes. That gets embedded in there. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze because we've been sneezing, both of us, Ray and I, well, he has for like 2 or 3 days. Leaves are falling, leaves are changing, things are happening. I'm not real sure what that's all about, but there must be some hay fever thing going on this season. So, okay, now, all right, so I almost forgot I need these. I need this. I really put that close. I sure hope. Whew. That is, I am lucky there. Look at that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this piece. I want to just put all my dies in one spot here with the magnet piece so that they don't get misplaced. I will clean them up later. Okay. There's one other thing I forgot. I'm gonna do my Merry Christmas out of the foil. So hold on here. This is where I want. Yes. Out of word wishes. So I forgot that. Mary, Christmas. I've not utilized word wishes like that's Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Where's Christmas? Do I know how to spell Christmas? Let's see. What does it look like? Oh, here's Mary. Okay. Mary. Christmas is not that big. Here it is, I believe. Okay. I'm going to take these over and do them. I'm going to see if we have enough here to use. I won't have to. Christmas. Yes. I'll be right back. All right, here we have Mary. Sometimes they come out if you drop it. Okay, so there it is. Merry Christmas, and let's put this over here. I don't have that on a let's see, my Very Vanilla is going to be 3 1/4 by 8, so I want to go ahead and cut that. That's for inside. And I'm not going to make an envelope this time. Not on the live, but I will do a different live making the envelope for this card. 3 1/4 by 8, so watch for that. Because I don't have all my directions for the envelope handy. Okay, so that's for the inner part of the card. But I'll do another addendum to this, a part 2, and make an envelope. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to use some liquid adhesive, some mono adhesive, which is the bomb. It's, for me, it works a lot better for humidity and what have you. It seems to keep things in order. Okay, there we go. So the inside's done. Okay, and this is going to be a landscape card. So let's go ahead and put this piece to our copper foil piece. don't know, I guess you can probably hear there's a football game going in the other room. Okay. Now that's going to go all over everywhere. Okay, no it's not. Okay, now we can adhere this to our cardstock. And I want to move back just a second and get my rhinestone jewels because I'm going to use them as well. And I didn't put them out. Champagne jewels. Okay. I'll have them till the end of time. I have a lot of them. Okay, so there we have that. Now, we're gonna put our gold piece, and that goes foil, edge of foil to edge of foil, so that's the dimensions of it. So it fits exactly. You could cut it a little, you could make it a little bit longer and then cut it off, but that's pretty much how it works here. And then this piece is a little longer, so I will cut it. To fit. I hope I don't. Oh, I don't have my. I washed my silicone mats today and left them in the drain. I don't want this to run, so here we go. Okay. So we'll put this, whoops. Ooh. That was a mistake. Where's my scissors? My other scissors. My paper scissors. Because I don't want gookie on them. Okay. Okay, that looks not too good. Okay. Our Merry Christmas is going to go here. And here. So let's work our flower. We're going to take our bone folder and we're going to curl these down a bit, and down, 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 down. Okay. These come out beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. I'm going to use dimensionals on these. Oops. So we're going to put a dimensional here. And then we're going to put this, we're going to stagger it on top. Oops, a little off there. Another dimensional. And stagger this one. Okay. Let's make sure I'm not doing that wrong. I don't want the dimensionals to show. So that's like a... Okay, so there we have. Now, we're going to take our piercing mat and... I'm not sure if that is still available. Where's my piercing mat? It's my special mat. Oh goodness gracious. I did not get rid of it, I hope. I put it somewhere, I can't find it. I think I did, yes. There we go. It looks really, really bad. So, I'm going to use my, I'm going to use an old product that we used to have our piercing tool and do that. And I don't know if you can see, but when you do that, let's see if the glue is better. No, my glue, this is too big. Kind of makes them bow up a little bit. So now we're going to put dimensionals on here, and I'm going to put a couple because I just don't want that to come off. So here we go. Here we go. We don't need this. We're going to have to put that on, but let's get our beautiful poinsettia on here. And let's put some rhinestones in the center, some champagne rhinestones in the center. I don't know. That's probably not enough. I think I'm going to put a bigger one in the center.
I don't know how he got in there, but he was on my bed and I thought it was, I don't know what I thought it was.
And put maybe just a couple around here.
I just thought, well, it might.
That may be overkill, but I would say if I went back, I might do it a little different.
Oh, I killed him. That wasn't a brown recluse. I killed him.
My husband thinks there's this big big spider. It's made a big web, and Ray calls it a brown recluse. It is not a brown recluse, but so now my son and Ray are arguing about the spider. That's way too many jewels here. But this one, for some reason, doesn't. It's not sparkly. I don't know why. Like it. Oh my goodness. I guess my son killed that big spider. We kept feeding it. Okay, this is fine. Let's put one more here now. That's too many rhinestones. I mean, I'm going to show you what I did, but that's just way too many rhinestones. I mean, actually, it's oh, wow. So let's get rid of that one. So I lost 2 rhinestones there. So I think it's really, actually it's really pretty. So now let's get some glue. And I want to get a Kleenex so I don't have a bubble. I have these little glue containers that I got from Amazon, and I just don't like how liquidy this glue is. I think our Tombow is much better. There's a little dot in here. Needs to come out. So I think I'm going to use Tombow or the mono adhesive. This is a different glue. Let's see. So we're almost done. This will be the Merry Christmas, and we just want to put a little, just dot it here and there. Normally I did this earlier and I used a sponge on my silicone mat, and that's why my mats are in the wash. But this is easy to do as well. And this is a good adhering glue, really. It is. Ooh. Let's just not do that quite so much. Okay. Just little dots. Once you get it started, if you just kind of dot it, it works nicely. Whatever glue you use, whatever your process is, everybody has their special way that they like to do things. So here we go. Merry Christmas. So here is a Slimline card. Not really hard to do. It has a bit of pop and personality. And this is beautiful. Uh-oh. The flower is a beautiful embellishment, so now we have to get this back the way it's supposed to be. So my glue is all in the same spots. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. Okay, so that's it. We'll hold it down a minute. Make sure it stays. It's not staying because going onto this foil, I'm not sure why it's not adhering. If it should. Let's see. I think my teacher would tell me that I should have left it, should have put it on, let it sit a little bit and get tacky. Hopefully, if she sees the video, she'll make a comment and say, yes, that's what you should have done. So, in retrospect, when you want to adhere something like this, if you will put your liquid multi-purpose adhesive, let it sit for just a few minutes, then it will become tacky and will stick nicely. So there we have it. We could stamp a sentiment in here, and of course I think I will, because this is our poinsettia. So let me get my mossy meadow and the stamp set. Mossy meadow. Let's do, oh yeah, I want to do a little more stamping here inside. I don't want to leave it just undone like that. May the wonder, may the magic, there we go. Let's do this one. May the magic and wonder bloom this holiday. I think that's a nice. Now you could really do this up nice and emboss it with copper emboss powder. We need to turn that over because it has glue on it. So let's have jewels everywhere. Jewels everywhere. My Mossy Meadows stamp pad is acting strange. Okay. That's okay. Let's do a let's do a poinsettia here. Do this one. Just little edges of it. Let's see. I have not used this stamp yet. And these are photopolymer stamps, so you can see through them nicely. That one, okay, and it's there's quite a few stamps in here. So I'm gonna go off of the page, but I'm gonna put this here because this is not normally what I would do. Let's see, I'm gonna use an envelope here. Because I'm going to go up here. And then I'm gonna go, oh, whew, good. I almost put the card in that stamp pad. This is a card I got from Australia today. Well, this is the envelope, so. Let's do it that way. I think that'll cover it pretty good. Okay. All good there. Close this up. Now I would do that with my envelope, so tomorrow when that looks nice. Yes, I like that. So there we have it. A jewel of a poinsettia there. Okay, that's it. All for now. I'll do a part 2 and make an envelope for this card. Thank you very much for watching.